Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Cocktails and Conversation. We are joined today by Jamie Young of Jamie Young Swag and Strategy. Welcome, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, and cheers to you. Thank you for joining.
Cheers.
So we were just chatting about the fact that Jamie was one of the last people we got to hang out with and see before the shelter-in-place order was imposed on us, and it was just such a nice event. It was a women in business event, and we got to give her a hug and see her booth, and it was just really nice. And we miss those good old days where we could network. It's been hard. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Jamie, and how you got into your business and what your business is all about.
Yeah, so I own Jamie Young Swag and Strategy. I help businesses generate leads and clients through generosity, great swag, and incredible strategy. So I got started, I always say I did my job for free for 6 years until I could figure out how to monetize it. So how that goes is I took a job for the Portland Women's Expo in 2013, and my job was to onboard vendors and sponsors. My job was also, well, it wasn't in a job description, but it's kind of like a no-brainer, is your clients will come back and renew if they see success, right? So in my very first year with them, I noticed a significant difference between vendors succeeding and vendors not succeeding. And the difference was engagement plan and incentives to drive action, right? And most of which included promotional products like prizes, swag, right? I mean, if you're a business and you're giving out a prize without your name on it, you're missing a huge opportunity. So for about 6 years, I would be working with my clients, showing them a path for success and ROI, making recommendations for them to, well, what's the prize? And I would make these recommendations and these matches based on their business and their brand and who their ideal client is, which is a female, me. Like, what would I want to get?
Yeah.
So I'm making recommendations like compact mirrors and nail files and like cool lip balm and just so many different types of items. Anyways, I found an opportunity to become a broker for promotional products. And I took the leap. I was officially in business March of 2018. I still had a full-time job at the Women's Expo, which was great. And I had this company and I had no clients, which was fine because it was just like this, it was always meant to be a side gig. And at the 1 year mark, it had turned into a full-time job, which meant that my full-time job was then stressing me out. So I went to my boss and I said, here's the deal. This is at the Women's Expo. I don't want to quit, but I can't be responsible for daily duties anymore. So we kind of figured a plan out. Obviously, I was no longer an hourly paid salaried employee. I switched to commission. And then I hired on a support staff to kind of help my book of business move forward and kind of do the emails and the phone calls and things like that. My business was built over 90% based on networking and referral partners.
Nice. Wow.
And it was about 1.5 years in that I was having a conversation with somebody that I had met in business, and she had shared with me that I was a strategist. She says, Jamie, you do all this strategy, and she owns a branding agency, and she was sitting down with her client on this big project and who she needed to bring into the room. And she brought me up and she says, well, we need to bring Jamie in. She does swag. He's like, no, she does strategy and swag. He's like, oh, well, she's got to be here. And that was just after I had met with this lady called Leslie, the brand boss. And she did a branding critique with me, which I was totally up for because first off, I'm not even into the color pink. And that was one of my 2 major brand colors. When I just decided to come up with a business, it was Atta Girl Promotions because I ran the Women's Expo. I just really thought that when I would serve the women in business community.
Yeah.
Right. Half my clients were male though. And so I thought, who am I missing out on doing business with because my brand is so female forward? Plus, Atta Girl Promotions tells you nothing about what I do. And so it just kind of clicked, and it was Jamie Young Swag and Strategy. And I did a complete rebrand December 1st of 2019. So it's only been,
So recently.
what, 5 months?
Right.
And that also took me into a new lane. I'd always done strategy alongside the swag and promotional products I would recommend, but I never really took on a very solid consultant role.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I do offer one-on-one strategy. I have a large client that I work with who just needed strategy from me. She wasn't ready to buy the swag. So I do offer a couple different options.
Nice. I love that. And I think that a lot of businesses need the strategy piece, because I think they think, oh, we have a conference coming up, let's order 1,000 pens or a bunch of t-shirts, which, you know, maybe that's not the right item for them. And, you know, I love the strategy piece because I think it goes hand in hand. What are some of your favorite swag items that you've seen that are not the typical ones that you would see at a conference or a convention that you have seen success with and that are fun?
Well, there is something that's new out on the market that I think is genius. It's definitely a B2B item, business to business, and it's called private ears. It's this little teeny, it has like an auxiliary port on the end of it. So imagine this, right? Just an auxiliary port that goes into your laptop. And what it does is it disables the microphone on your laptop to prevent hackers from hacking into your conversation. So you plug in a headphone into your laptop, and it disables that because now the sound is through the headphone. So when you're not using your computer, you plug the private ears in and it disables that. And this item is probably like around the $2 mark. So it's extremely affordable. It's very tech. You know, everyone's into getting tech items.
Right.
So it's definitely fun. I mean, it's not expensive. It's just different.
What was your experience with the cancellation or the postponement of the women's show? How did that, it was literally the day before. How was that for you?
I was numb in shock. I did not expect the closure. It really took me by surprise. And so we were together on Wednesday. Thursday, I was in office because Thursdays pack the office up, you know, get ready to load into the Women's Expo. We had just did this big live, like, you know, vendors are calling to make sure the show's still happening. I'm like, we're on, like, until we are told we're not on, but we weren't really expecting that. And so then, I'm a day ahead. Anyways, that must have been Wednesday, because on Thursday was the day I was supposed to come in and pack the office. And that's when we weren't packing the office because we weren't going anywhere. We're like, what do we do with almost 300 vendors that are expecting to show up to a show, and we have no answers for them other than we can't show up to the show? My vendors were amazing. None of them were upset. The attendees were disappointed. Yes. You know,
we were definitely disappointed.
Yeah. And so I think it was by that Monday we finally were able to get a commitment from the convention center on a reschedule date for September 19th. And that at least gave us an opportunity to kind of put a little bit of a Band-Aid on the situation of, at least we kind of know when we can have the show again.
Right. Well, nice job on that. And it was disappointing, but it happened so quickly and you guys handled it very well.
Do you see that the large events industry is going to be forever changed by this? What changes do you see coming? How do you expect to, you know, start getting things back to normal? How do you think that's going to look? And what do you think that those events and conventions are going to look like in the future?
Gosh, that is a big question. There's so many layers to that. I think organizers, I don't pull personally our insurance contracts, and I don't pull our legal forms, but I know that, our legal forms were rock solid. If we chose to just cancel and not even reschedule, um, we could have done that. But we chose to provide the rescheduled option because we want the show to happen. Just because it was canceled on us doesn't mean we're going to cancel it on everybody else. So, one thing that I've been able to do between now and September is I've been hosting these live chat sessions with our vendors just to kind of give them the opportunity to get that extra exposure, bring in business, to have the community know how to support them right now. So that's kind of one thing that I've been able to do to support them. I personally have a client that was getting ready to host a very large live event, and she's pivoting and shifting to that, the revenue that was allocated for the venue, she ended up allocating towards like these subscription boxes. So now the event's virtual. She doesn't have to rent the venue anymore. And so that piece, she split down into the 100 attendees, and she's sending out this beautifully branded box with the workbook inside and some swag inside. We're not sure what it is yet, maybe a mug or hat or something. I call it tribe swag. But the event's still happening. It's just not in person.
Okay.
So that was super innovative for her.
That's a great idea. One of my questions was going to be, how can businesses continue to stay relevant and in touch with their clients and customers without being able to see them in person and hand them that piece of swag at an event? Or businesses that got most of their referrals or clients from live in-person events or networking. We did a lot. I mean, we've had to shift our whole sales strategy to, of course, right now, not really selling at all, but, Michelle was out, you saw her at networking events and pounding the pavement, and we're very much face-to-face in-person people. So we've had to shift our strategy, and, I think a lot of businesses are now having to figure out, what does that look like for me as a business? How do I reach out and touch my customer, my client, without physically touching them? And I think that's an interesting, I love that idea of sending out the
wonderful. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I teach. So that is my lane of gift marketing. So next Thursday, March 30th, I'm hosting a masterclass, which is 3 ways to generate more leads and clients through generosity. And those are some of the things that we're covering. I personally deployed one of my campaigns, which was just a care package campaign for renewals, because it was sent to clients. So I wanted renewals from this campaign. I sent out 23 gifts, and I got a $15,000 renewal. And it was super exciting because I was having a really rough week. Like, sales had been really slow, but I trusted the process. I deployed one of my gift campaigns, and I saw the return on my investment.
Nice.
I have several clients right now in the insurance industry and coaches that are thriving. So they know that the open rate, if you just send just an envelope alone, the open rate's very low. But if they feel something in there, they're very curious and they want to see what it is. And so my insurance agent that sent, not my insurance agent, but one of my clients who's an insurance agent, sent out these really cute magnet photo frames that you can put on the fridge, because she wants to encourage reviewing her current clients' policies. Are there life insurance and all of their policies in order? People's lives change, their net worth changes, so that she just wants to make sure that everything's in line where it should be.
Yeah, I love that idea.
That's wonderful. So as the swag queen, what during quarantine have you realized has been your essential item that you just can't live without?
Daily wine.
Yeah,
and I realized I need like a much better like coffee mug. Like, I was talking to this lady yesterday, and I had like just my generic white one. I'm like, the swag girl needs a cool mug. Like, come on, people. Yeah. But I mean, I see people. I know that I'm actually running a couple this or that polls on my Facebook page, and it's polling like t-shirt or hat or mug, or I can't remember what the mug was matched with, like a mug or a candle. And, you know, everyone just has a different opinion, but I know I love a great mug. If it's a cute hat or a cute shirt, I'm totally going to sport it.
Nice.
And what is a brand or business that you have been really impressed by the way they've pivoted or their marketing right now, what they're up to?
Believe Boutique, because she just dropped off 2 bags for me. I called her, we talked today, and she did a virtual shopping with me through her store because just my wardrobe is just so lame right now, and I'm just feeling so grumpy, and like I just want like some cute tops and some cute jackets, and we literally shopped virtually.
So does she go around in her store?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and she just held things up, and I'm like, yeah, no. So she dropped them off, multiple sizes on each, so I can try them on. And you know, what I like, I'm gonna buy, and what I don't like, we've figured out an opportunity to, you know, get those back to her. So Believe Boutique, Courtney and Brittany are amazing.
Love them.
They definitely showed up for me in a moment of need.
That's wonderful, because you can't go shopping, so she provided that service that is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I've been following her social media, and she's been doing a great job, and we hope to have her on here and chat with her and maybe do some virtual shopping ourselves, because it does feel good. Even though you're not going anywhere, the days where I actually like get ready, like I'm gonna go somewhere, I feel better and I feel more confident, and I don't feel like I've just been in my pajamas for 3 days.
I mean, still my pajamas, like from the bottom half, like,
me too.
like dressed up from the desk up.
Oh, dressed up from the desk up.
Good I stole that from Rose Jeb from my style class. I did not come up with that. That was one of her, she hosted this little mini master class about being dressed up from the desk up, and it was just super cute. So I know it's adorable, but I did not make it up.
Well, we're going to use it.
Well, we want to thank you for being such an inspiration. We watch all of your videos and your posts online, and for really, like you said, highlighting those vendors that weren't able to come in person to the event. How can we all support you, and where are you spending your time online mostly? Are you mostly on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn? How can we help support you during this time?
Yeah, those 3. So Facebook and Instagram is Jamie Young Swag and Strategy, and is spelled out. LinkedIn, I'm just Jamie Young. Really, you know, if you see something that I post that you think is great, I would just love for you to share it. Comment if you know, find it, you have a good comment for it, I guess. But that's a wonderful way to support me right now.
Great. Well, we really appreciate you, and we love seeing you, and I really love your energy, and it's been such an honor to have you as a networking buddy, and you're very responsive, and we appreciate that.
And I still have from the women's event, I love this. It's the chapstick and mint combo. If anyone knows me, they know I'm obsessed with chapstick, and I have them everywhere. So this was a perfect swag item. And we had a little interruption at the beginning. We apologize. We borrowed a dog for emotional support, and he is very needy. So he was barking in the background at the beginning.
I don't even hear him. That's okay. I have a 2-year-old that was crying in the back, but you probably didn't hear her either.
No, we didn't hear you.
She's not being watched by herself, though. Dad's out there.
Okay. Thank you, Jamie. Cheers to you. We look
forward
to seeing you again soon in person.
In person.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good evening.